Think Like an Artist is a special project that I produced for Knit Stars Season 6, Live Colourfully.
We don't live in the art gallery, we live in the everyday, in daily life, and I love the abundance of contemplating that space as a totally rich and ongoing resource of inspiration.
In my masterclass, I wanted to show people how to translate inspirations into stranded colourwork. But I wanted to do it in a way that's more structured than just take anything, be inspired by anything, turn it into stranded colourwork. I wanted to make a project that would also dig into the creative underpinnings of my own practice, a project that meets you wherever you are.
So when I was thinking about this class and thinking about how I could pack all of these different ideas into one achievable knitting project, I thought we need a container for all these different ideas. So that's what this cowl is. It's kind of a vessel that gives you 12 different sections, each of which you can either knit exactly as it is in the pattern, or you can do your own thing with it.
At every point in the masterclass, I give you options, so you can just do what I did, or you can use the tips and tricks and resources I share to learn from what I did and do your own thing with it. For example, I talk about the yarn palettes I produced for the project, and I also provide loads of resources to help you with putting together your own palette if you prefer. Think Like an Artist. This cowl that I've designed speaks to the work of women artists. It's in 12 sections, and each section of colourwork is inspired by a different artist in a different way. In the masterclass, I talk about the sections, how they were each inspired by an artist, how I've taken that artist's practice into the knitting, and there's a really detailed handout that explains all of that. It's really an ebook. It gives you a window into all of these different artists represented in the cowl.
Felix, I just have to tell you how much I am loving doing your cowl. I have been a big fan of yours since I re-entered the knitting foray a few years ago, but in this workshop, you have just excelled. It is amazing. What work you put into this design, and the charts, unbelievable effort. I have all 6 knit stars, and your workshop is definitely #1 for me. I chose to use Marie Wallen's British Breeds. After 2 days of faffing around getting the 20 colors down to 12, I just had to pick them and start as you recommended. Nearly finished section 2. The background information is so useful, and by working with the color and the artists, one can really understand it and how certain combinations work or don't work. It is sparking such joy in this long January. In Canada, much snow. Leslie.
One way you can do this project is just to do it exactly as described, use the pattern, and you can just learn about the artists as you knit each section. Another way you can do the cowl, pick your own palette, knit the pattern as I have, but just change the colours. And another option, take the pointers and the ideas and the blank chart templates and all the resources I've provided and be inspired by these artists to create your own charts and your own shading sequences.
If you want to change the shading sequence in any one of these sections, I'm going to talk you through how I think about those things.
I've really designed the class to meet you on all of those different levels wherever you are as a knitter. Make it exactly as I have, or change a little bit or everything about the cowl. And there really is support all the way through to do that.
I just watched Felix. I absolutely love it. It just really made me look at things differently. I have always wanted to knit the colors I saw one year on a fall hike we took into the Olympic Peninsula. She just showed me how. Mary Topfa.